I have a saying about giving a rat's ass that's kind of funny. That how can you give a rat's ass? The ass of the rat isn't yours to give, so let the rat keep his ass. Or you can pick up a rat in tandem to somebody else's ass first, and yes, you're giving a rat's ass. And if the other person wants to accept the rat ass first, to give a rat's ass, you're sort of offering up the rat's ass, and it's up to the other person if he wants to accept. So I'll have another saying too, that in some certain things, that if a rat's ass should really be offered or even given about a particular subject. So that's what I say about tolerance to a certain thing. You can say sometimes you give a shit. There's some and I also have a thing where I say there's certain aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck. It's not that I don't give a shit or give a fuck. It's there's some aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck that I don't give a shit or a fuck about. And at any given time, when and where should a rat's ass be given, or a fuck be given, or a shit be given, or even offered? You know what I mean? Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. And cars in the background, I don't know how much of that is getting in the video, but anyway, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. Traffic going on now, making noise in the background. Hopefully it ain't too distracting, but anyway, yeah. Another video for you, and I'm going to try not to laugh, and I'll say once again, like I say in other videos, excuse my difference in speech. Not that it makes me appear any less articulate or whatever, according to anybody else's opinion. I really don't give a flying rat's ass either way, but anyway, my point is, I'm admitting that different pauses in my speech, no, I'm not saying it makes me appear more articulate to anybody except for what my haters want to think, but the reason I'm just admitting that I'm trying not to laugh when I'm making my videos and talking about it and explaining my pattern of speech. But yeah, this will be an updated video that I made years ago. My rule in YouTube: videos on particular topics, after a couple of years you delete them or leave them up, make new updated ones, so both your haters and your lurkers and maybe friends, people you know, see where you are up till now, and knowing that you're not miserable, you're not destitute, and you're not having any kind of bad luck, and that you can go like this at the same time. But anyway, all right, on with the video, and I'm trying not to laugh in this one too. Yeah, the people who all right, if you're disgruntled with mainstream religion, I have videos coming up where a lot of things that make Christianity look bad. If you're disgruntled with that and living in your parents' house, and you're disgruntled with your hypocritical parents that have they act like this in church, which they drag you to or force, whether you go to church or not, force whatever down your throat, but yet they don't, they're a totally different person at home, or maybe some of them scream, swear, and chain smoke, you know, outside. Anyway, whatever you have your beef with, that you're disgruntled with mainstream religion, and your perception of mainstream religion, or your perception of, your perception of Christianity, which is based on how maybe your parents are, or your whoever the hell it is. If you're disgruntled with that, this video talking about the total ridiculousness and idiocy of being disgruntled with all that, yet following the philosophies of Aleister Crowley. Yeah, just because maybe your little friends on social media do it, and maybe, I'm saying now, more people that believe that shit have they have way more friends on social media, fake ass friends on social media, who believe it, rather than people who they interact with in person. So I'm not going to waste too much time jibber-jabbering about that, but I'm going to throw that out there for you too. And that goes for other beliefs of all kinds. Damn near all of it these days, or 90% of all of it these days. You get a bunch of pretenders. Their little friends on social media, or some of it is, yeah, I believe this, give me money on my PayPal, and yada yada. But that's like a mixture of all kind of other subjects. But yeah, anyway, trying not to laugh here. All right, yeah. You disgruntled with mainstream religion, like a lot of us are, the hypocrisy, you know, and I actually always said to people, yeah, some Christianity would be all right if they quit defending the Old Testament prehistoric sacrificial dogma, even though Jesus supposedly took care of that. And my belief here right then and there is, my philosophy right then and there is, Jesus killed the animal sacrifice industry. He killed that hustle. They made big money. I made whole videos about that. I mean, even my feelings on certain things, I don't want to say every single person that's Christian is bad. Hey, I have both black and white friends who street mentality and swear and talk, you know. I was influenced by that. Black and white coworkers who have some kind of basic Christian values that they never did away with, but yet they swear. Some of them even smoke, but they don't go into all that other, yeah, they don't practice Christian per se, you know, but they won't go as far as to believe in some crazy ass like Aleister Crowley like bullshit, you know. I'm just throwing that ramble there to give you an idea where my head's at, even though it's not really what I plan to have in the video. I'm giving you a few disclaimers here and there too, along with making fun of certain shit and trying to tell you how my perception, different attitudes that are out there, right? But damn, yeah, okay, yeah, being disgruntled with all the mainstream hypocrisy, all kind of different groups out there that you don't like. So, oh yeah, your answer to things is what? And it's cherry picking too, but I don't want to ramble too much on that. Yeah, that's another thing too, being disgruntled with a mainstream religion, that, yeah, a lot of them are accused of cherry picking too. But then, well, let's see what else that applies to too, you know, worshiping communist leaders and Che Guevara, and cherry pick their stuff to make it glorious when the communist leaders were actually sadistic murderers who mass murdered their people. Everything from Cambodia, the overthrow of Cuba. That's other subject matter. I figure I'm just going to let this this turned into a random ramble. Or some random rebel rousing here, you know. All right, it's a tongue twister. I ain't editing this video. I'm gonna leave that shit there. Yeah, you guys can have fun with that. Maybe I'll use that as a video outtake and joke about my outtakes, you know, that I fucked up. Yeah, some random rambling here. All right, shut up. All right, nobody's nerfed, okay? But all right, yeah. All right, I'm making myself laugh here. Yeah. But yeah, but anyway, my point here, if you got this far and sat through this, all right, yeah, your answer is, yeah, cherry pick Aleister Crowley, that I'm comparing to these communist leaders or anybody else that, yeah, in a sense that what, okay, my point, what has Aleister Crowley to do with throwing in random rambling about communist leaders and other people? Well, yeah, it has a lot to do with, yeah, Aleister Crowley. People cherry picking about him, even though he sacrificed that family cat, engaged in some pretty depraved bestiality shit going on, and he was into all drugs. And he squandered Daddy's fortune, Daddy's money on different travels and different homes and properties that he bought, and whatever else he did to buy his followers, any of his followers or whatever, and involved in, yeah, you'd have to look all that shit up, involved with all the other those Golden Dawn Hermetic Order things. I think Waite, the guy named Waite, was in there. McGregor, Mathers, all these different ones that were involved in their, what I regard as their experimental occult circles that was going on. But yeah, Aleister Crowley, yeah, he bit the big one in the end. Yeah, you want to worship the philosophies of a dead loser that squandered Daddy's fortune. I mean, I figure if his father could come back from wherever he is, whether anybody watching is atheist or Christian, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm going to say metaphorically and sarcastically say, if his father could come back from the afterlife or the grave and wring his neck or turn Aleister Crowley over his damn knee and vigorously spank him for a good solid 40 days and 40 nights, I mean, that would be a thing that could or should be done. I mean, yes, I have a cartoon image in my head of such a thing possibly happen, whether you're one of those atheist people, secular humanist or evolutionist, and don't believe in no entities or nothing. If you're one of those, you know, like what I'm saying, all right, picture it as like a cartoon image in your head. You have a fucking sense of humor, don't you? Or a Christian, biblically correct Christian. Come on, and you would admit it. You wouldn't you like to have a cartoon image in your head, or you're too scripturally correct for that? All right, yeah, you'd rather throw scriptures around rather than rationally try to hold up the ridicule in a smart way to, without trying to laugh like these people, right? Yeah, and if you're one of them people that believe in all that crazy jibber jabber, baby noises, speaking in tongues crap watching this, yeah, you'll never understand it, because just like you and those crazy atheists, different ones, two opposite extremes, have no sense of humor. Some of them you do. I have respect to you. You know, you're too caught up in your own one-sidedness to have a sense of humor about the thing and pick it apart. You know what I mean? Yeah, this wasn't exactly planned on how I wanted to do this video, but I figure throw some list of things out there. But yeah, worship a dead loser because you're mad at mainstream religion, and yeah, and at the same time, yeah, you're living with mommy and daddy. You're either in a room in mommy and daddy's house, either a teenager, or maybe you're in your 20s, pushing 30, living in a basement or living in a room in mommy and daddy's house, working some shit job, and believing in that bullshit, and working in the same job, living in the same room or house in mommy and daddy's house, and blame every damn thing else, and blame everything else in the world, probably blame mainstream religion, blame everything else, for the reason why you still live with your parents and they tolerate you, and you pay whatever whether you pay your whatever your way towards living where you're at or whatever. But anyway, my point here, yeah, well, trying not to laugh, yeah. believing in that shit and you're living in the same conditions and circumstances, nothing changed and nothing got any better, nothing happening for you financially. Yeah, intellectually and physically lazy. Yeah, no different than any other than the religion that you hate. Think there's some magic pill or some demon or thing, whatever you fuck you want to call it, gonna give you everything. Okay, what did it do for you so far? Where are you at so far, right? Yeah, like the Ozzy Osbourne song, "Loser, I'm a secret loser." You know, fighting a losing battle, pretending to win, pretending to hold the unknown, pretending to sin. Yeah, because I'm a secret loser, or you can actually say not so secret loser. Yeah, maybe Ozzy should make a follow-up to that song called "I'm a Not So Secret Loser." You know, I mean, because yeah, everybody knows. Yeah, same. Yeah, same damn thing, and if it's anybody that's one of the atheist evolutionists, don't believe in no entities whatsoever, watching this, well, all right, I had to stop the video because trying not to laugh. Anyway, yeah, my point, I make a separate video on this to make. Here's some important stuff here too. Yes, I will do a separate video for my argument at this point for the diehard atheists that don't believe in no gods, no Jesus Christ, no entities whatsoever, right? If any of those are listening, I'll do a separate video for this. Okay, it's like what I've seen in apocryphal literature like the Testament of Solomon, and if you read it right, without forcing any of that stuff on you, if you ever read it, I'm going to talk about this metaphorically, that Solomon bound this one demon that actually bragged that they give very little to even ones that worship him real well. And I would say to you, I would compare that to you, say you don't believe in that, right? To a actual human that you kiss the ass of, right? In a way, damn near worship, and that can be damn near any special interest group or church, non-church, right? There are humans that you can follow, that whether they're cult leaders or any group or clique, right? That you can kiss the ass of, and they give as little possible to people who go out of their way to kiss their ass. You know what I'm saying? That's in a metaphorical sense. If you're an atheist, I want to say how ridiculous it is. If you don't believe in any entity, demon, or whatever, I'm comparing to the human nature where people will kiss the ass of, follow, and worship another human or a clique. I mean, say, even if it ain't a cult, a clique that you're kissing the ass of to the point where you're damn near worshiping, right? And they promise you this or that socially or whatever, and you get the bare minimum. You were kissing their ass, following them around, your nose straight, nose or lips pressed right against their ass for maybe a number of years. Maybe to a point you were doing it since you were a teenager, and everybody's like 20s, 30s, and you're in the same group of losers. Maybe even you can be even going to a bar, follow and doing drugs and drinking or whatever, right? And say you're in the same clique of losers. This so and so is Mr. Superstar or Mrs. Superstar, right? The shot caller, either the darling of the whole group or the alpha of the group, say male or female or whoever or whatever gender you claim, right? Say you're following fucking bunch of fucking people around a number of years, and you get basically the same thing. You got the same status. Yeah, maybe they'll throw you a bone once in a while and you're kissing their ass like a damn fool. And get a false security or feeling that you got the whole world by the balls. Yeah, and then if you're doing drugs and drinking a good bit too, that's really good for the illusion, right? Too. Yeah, you're high or drunk and you're hanging with some. You're the bottom of the totem pole on some fucking clique that does a lot of drinking and drugs, and together with these people, we act like you got the whole world by the balls. And then, yeah, maybe if you happen to be sober to some point, in for whatever reason, reality hits you right in the face or slaps you right in the groin. And then some people deal with it one of two ways. They either wise up or, oh, they just hurry up and take another drink or do some more drugs and go with these friends again. Stay in the, yeah, you got to keep that fantasy land going on, you know. So a lot of drugs are into that too. So you want to say, get off the drugs and get into the real world. Yeah, get out of the fucking fantasy land. Yeah, I can say it that way, or whether it's a Christian or atheist saying this, because you would say to a diehard Christian, yeah, you say, yeah, I'll say that to a diehard Christian, certain ones all the time, right? Scripture does not work on these people, right? Yeah, you can tell both an atheist and a Christian well. Yeah, Scripture doesn't work on these people, so might as well just say whatever the hell you want and then laugh at them, you know. And if people don't like it, say, well, guess what? The fact that that where I'm at now, and I'm able to outright buy things that cost more than you can afford to spend on your weed when you're living over mom and dad's house, that makes what I'm saying righteous, pretty much. So like I said too, I'm not I want to nip this stuff right in the butt right then and there, or like on a little bit at every side, so nobody will say, oh yeah, you're with this. Just same thing I say about gun control right in the top of my head. If people don't see me, just because I don't support gun control, do I look like a fucking conservative to you? Or the same thing with when I criticize this shit, right? Do I look like a Bible thumping Christian to you? Or do I look like a Satanist to you? I don't know. Yeah, I was a teenager during the satanic panic, you know. What that YouTuber Sticks Hexenhammer 666 talks about. I don't use his particular occult practices, but I got my rituals of my own, which is I do a whole video on that I should have did in the first place, that I got it, that's coming, that's practices that are the way better idea of being a beast than sitting on your ass in a goddamn room in your parents' house and saying that you're a beast, you believe in Aleister Crowley, while you're sitting on your lazy ass and doing nothing and just spouting out some kind of belief just to rebel against mommy and daddy. What the hell's the point in that? You believe one load of crap, kiss the ass of one load of crap to rebel against another load of crap. Don't seem to make that much sense to me, you know what I mean? And again, it's like it's all about whatever narrative that you want to kiss the ass of, or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I'll end this by saying, yeah, the truth and the facts, some of it say, okay, yeah, some people will regard truth and facts as what's scripturally correct, and some people regard truth and facts by what's politically correct, according to what's forced on you politically now. Social media is in there too. Yeah, you don't kiss the ass of a particular narrative, then yeah, what you're saying is just, I guess what you're saying don't count, right? Yeah, somebody on social media will be looking at you with this yeah, I'm laughing right now thinking, yeah, the faces that some of these people will make when you tell the truth the way I see it, and then that makes me laugh. Yeah, that they got nothing to say, they'll make these faces or whatever. Or if they got friends outside of social media, they can look at each other and make this face, or or in social media, hide behind a meme. Yeah, that's their comeback to anything instead of any logic. You know what I mean?